Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham Om Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda.
And welcome back to all the participants. And we hope that you all had a powerful experience of today's initiation with Swamiji. Swamiji has started to reveal about the Navatattva's, which is directly revealed by Paramashiva himself in the Magudagama, which is the crown, Paramashiva's own crown. And as Swamiji said, the highest introduction that Paramashiva has ever given to all of us. And so throughout these 9 days or remaining 7 or 8 days, we will continue to discover about the reality of Paramashiva so that we can experience. And now let us resume Paramashivoham sessions, and we'll be starting with the power manifestation. So today we have been manifesting a very interesting power, that is the Vak Shakti scanning. So as today we are learning everything about relationships, one important factor within relationships is the communication, and not only with see the directly connected to the that we have, to our words, either the words given to others or even the words that we have given to ourselves. Because whenever we are in integrity with our words, either given to others or to ourselves, we will have a lot of respect, not only for our words, but even for ourselves. And as others will have respect in us and trust. Respect and the trust will be directly connected to this integrity. And so when we manifest this power out of Vak Shakti scanning, we find all the places where we have missed integrity in our words, or even, for example, places where we have uttered harmful, painful words, abusive words, because whenever these words are uttered, either towards other people or towards ourselves, in both cases, these words will be sitting inside us in our inner space. And for example, sometimes I'm sure all of you can relate. Sometimes you want to have a friendly conversation with someone, but even you don't know how it somehow ends up into a fight, or you somehow end up creating an incompletion in the other person. That is because these words are inside. We are having that space inside, and these abusive words or we have uttered in the past create our inner space, and therefore we recreate the same, and we end up hurting others. So when we manifest this power, we bring completion to all of that, lot of completion to our work, to ourselves, so that when we have um, when we communicate with others in all our relationships with, we see that we manifest more and more trust, respect, and all of these things start happening around us in all our relationships. So now we'll be entering into another round of the Vak Shakti scanning, and specifically here we'll be scanning for unfulfilled promises that we have given in the past. Okay, so it could be even as simple as you told your friend when you were 10 years old that you would take his bicycle only for an hour, and you gave them back only the next day. Even as simple as that, all of these unfulfilled promises, even as small as this, accumulated over years, create space inside us where to lose respect on the words that we give, or on ourselves, on our capacity to fulfill the commitments that we give. So this is what will be manifesting. It will be bringing completion to that through the power of the Vak Shakti sky. So we now request the participants to get ready for the power manifestation. Sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line, and
intensely chant the Mahavakya. Invoke the presence of Paramashiva. Invoke presence of Swamiji in your inner space. As you chant the Mahavakya intensely, Intensely bring the awareness into your vak, into the throat region. Visualize Swamiji's presence there. Scan that vak shakti.
So continuously chant the Mahavakya with your awareness in your throat chakra, the Vishuddhi, in your throat region, and visualizing Swamiji in that region. Allow Swamiji to reveal all these instances, these moments where you have given promises that you did not fulfill, in the form of visualizations or in the form of words that you hear, remembrance of past incidents. Just receive everything as it comes and continue to chant the Mahavakya. And let's now start this power manifestation.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham
Continue to manifest this power intensely without any distractions. Remember Swamiji in your inner space and scan your throat region.
Continue to keep your awareness in the throat chakra. And whenever you feel that something is revealed, something is opening up inside, engage with it. And as you open that revelation, so to speak, unclutch. And as you unclutch, you will see that the deeper levels, deeper layers of the power manifestation will start to happen. Don't break, don't get distracted, be intense, have continuity in your manifestation. We'll be manifesting this for a few more minutes. So let's decide to be ferocious with ourselves and to have a breakthrough with this power.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Yes. So you can now start to share. Please let us know whatever you have been able to manifest and any word that you have, understanding that the third eye has manifested for you, or even that you feel that you have experienced some memories that suddenly came up in your inner space, whatever you have experienced, kindly share with us and let us know how successful you have been in manifesting this power. And see, you see that the more you manifest this power, the more you will come within yourself about your work and you have spoken in the past. In all your relationships, you'll have much more of a conscious talk, conscious expression, and not only that, but you'll just see that the whole space, the way that people feel about you, the kind of a cognition that people have towards you, the respond to you even without you speaking or doing anything, that will change a lot just because of that completion that you bring inside. Okay, so please take a few moments to share whatever you have experienced with this power. Just give 1 or 2 minutes for you all to type, and then we'll move on.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham Nithyananda Paramashivoham Nithyananda Paramashivoham Nithya.
All right, so let's continue. And now, just before the darshan, we we started a session on how everything in our life is our very expression. And okay, so just a moment, we have a sharing Sadashamai, so that there were a lot of blockages in my throat chakra, and I would exhale and release some. Okay, there's something that pop up and that you said you didn't do, such as I'm going to make a lot of money, learn English, and vacation, help my father. Okay, so that's very good. So you're able to see um, all the unfulfilled words that you have given in the past, and now either see through the power manifestation, now you should be able to experience the completion with that. See, either when we give a word, either we fulfill it or we complete. It means that, okay, fine, I have given that one, but for whatever reason, I am not going to do it. So either you feel already complete that, or just take a few moments to go one by one and complete with each of these. So to complete, you should decide either you are going to do it in the future or you are not. And in this case, you should come clear understanding that do it, and so that that word pulling you down anymore. Okay, so good. Thank you for sharing your power manifestation, and make sure to do the completion if you feel that you need. And yes, so now we'll be continuing. So we started a session on how our life is our very expression. We we understand. I'm sure you all understand how whatever it is in our life, either relationships, or as you said that actually we have relationship not only with people but even relationship with our health, with our wealth, actually all the different dimensions of our life, we have created them at some point. We only have made them the way they are right now. We may not remember why and how that happened, but that is the case. Now, the completion exercise that we'll be doing is the completion with the father, because earlier in the day we have done already the completion with mother, and we already kind of did different completion exercises related to relationships. Now, completion with father, because the completion with our parents is very important. The relationship that we have with our parents decides the kind of relationship that we'll be having the people in our lives, and with ourselves first, how complete we feel within ourselves, how secure we feel within ourselves. That's defined by the completion that we have with parents. So now for the completion with father, you're going to start by describing the relationship you have with your father. So if For some of you, maybe if your father is not in, what you'll be doing is just when you connect with your father, when you remember the relationship that you had with him, whatever it was, okay, at that time, you can describe that. And you're going to go back in life and describe all the incidents when you started judging your father, when you started having incompletions with your father. So we already understood the difference between the world and my world. So we'll be doing that again here for the relationship with the father. How in the world, maybe your father scolded you because he wanted to protect you from something, for example. But you would have felt that he is very violent, mean, and all of that. So we'll be doing this completion now. So we request you all to get the notebook and pen. And if you want, you can draw two columns. It should be the world, the other, my world. And any incompletion, any situation when you have judged your father, had incompletions with your father, you're going to write for each of these the world versus my world. What happened in the incident? You experience it. So we're going to start with that, and then we'll take a few minutes to do the completion for all of these. If you have any questions like to ask or share during the exercise, you can do that. And otherwise, let's start to pen down.
Yes. So now we'll be moving to the next step. All of us have described the relationship that we have with our father. We have gone back into our life and noted down incidents where we have incomplete with our father, where we created with our father. We have written down the actual happening in the world and how we perceived it, which is my world. Now we'll be moving into the next step of this completion, which is this will happen in 3 steps. So first you have to invoke your father into a mirror. You can have a with you. Invoke your father in the and complete with at least twice by reading out all the incompletions out loud. Then again you will do the same thing with Swamiji's Atmamurti. You'll invoke your Swamiji's Atmamurti, complete with him, put the incidents again out loud, and then you can call your father and complete with him directly by reading out all these incidents to him out loud.
Okay, so let's get to the completion part now. And we understand that this may take a bit of time. If you want to complete all the 3 steps, do as much as you can. And if required, you may keep some of that for later. Do as much as you can now and do the completion for everything that you have written. So we'll be showing the assignment again on the screen. And let's spend a few more minutes now to do the completion. All right. Competition with father, and this may be something that you may need to spend a bit more time in. And some of these completions you may have to revisit later, or if it is about sharing with him, for example, all of this, also just have to catch the right moment to as well. So make sure to keep all these exercises that you start in this Paramashivoham organized so that you can revisit them later until you feel that you have achieved the complete completion in these aspects. So now we'll move on and we'll start another very deep session, actually, where Swamiji will be talking about money and marriage. And Swamiji actually answers people's that direct question on marriage, whether to marry or not, and what to do when you feel that you have married the wrong person. So very practical questions and practical answers from Swamiji. So let's all give our authentic listening, and of course, after that, we'll be taking a bit of time to reflect on everything that Swamiji has revealed in this session. And as you said, money and marriage session, people are asking direct questions to on what to do about marriage. So give our listening and let's enter into this next session.
Money is becoming a huge problem in our relationship. I think my boyfriend spends too much. Meanwhile, I have been accused of being stingy and unrealistic. How can we resolve these conflicts and develop a team strategy in the area of finance? Men are supposed to be stingy and women are supposed to be spending, and men usually complain women spend. I'm very happy that the problem is the other way. First thing. Second thing, understand, the whole question shows the shallowness you have in relationship. Understand, Victoria, when you are really in love or relationship, suddenly money will become useless. Please understand, this is the scale I am giving you to find out whether you are in love or not. Suddenly money will look fake and useless. Suddenly it will not matter to your life anymore. If you feel that, only then you are in love. Understand? I am not saying when you are in love you will throw away all the money, gold, everything in the streets. No. Suddenly your thought is not centered anymore on money. It is centered on the other person. I have seen all my ashramites going through that sweet space. That is one of the best thing can happen to a human being. You should experience that space at least once in your life, where money just suddenly loses its power over you. I am seeing hundreds of my ashramites donating their wealth, crores worth of wealth, without even thinking twice. You see, if they are struggling to donate, I will know very clearly. They don't even think twice. When you are in love, I tell you, suddenly money loses its power over you. Victoria, I don't think you are in love or he is in love. Maybe this is some convenient arrangement. I always used to tell a story of prostitute and taxi driver. One taxi driver, in the middle of the night, picks up a girl and drives her to some remote area, then does whatever he wants. Finally, she says, end of everything, hey, come on, give me a $200. I'm a call girl. This fellow gives the $200. brings her back to the city and says, hey, come on, give me the $200, I'm a taxi driver. Maybe the relationship you have, you need to rethink, revisit, review. Somewhere it is the arrangement of convenience, not love. There is no relationship. Because when you are in love, suddenly the concept of money will not be there for both. I think he is in love with you, but you are not in love with him. Victoria, you need to look little deep. Man has only two centric thinking. One, money centric. Second, fulfillment centric. When you are in love, the fulfillment center gets awakened. It wakes up. And it does not let you think about money. It does not let you think about future security. I always tell people, even if you have one question about your future security, you are not in love. You have not experienced love. I have told many times to my own ashramites, even though I don't accept or take their properties, if they feel their property is their future security, I tell them the guru-disciple relationship has not flowered. Forget about it. Still you need to go a long way. So casually they are able to give up everything. I have seen very funny things. They will give up crores of their property to me without even thinking second time, saying this is for Swamiji. Understand this one thing, when your love is awakened, suddenly you think fulfillment based and insecurity gives way. After that, you struggle with some other patterns, that is different. But when you are in love, when the guru-disciple relationship starts, this giving up happens. I tell you, even between the husband and wife, when a love flowers, even between boyfriend and girlfriend, when real love flowers, suddenly the concept of future, insecurity, all that becomes meaningless. That is why there are thousands of decisions which you take when you are in love, you repent later on for that. Because when the love disappears, you repent for all those decisions. With the master, when you are in love, whatever decisions you take, you feel happy about it because continuously you break all other patterns. When you break more and more of your patterns, this love gets established into your system. That becomes part of your very system. With love, your blood becomes milk. Understand? This is exact simile used on Mahavira. There is a beautiful description of Mahavira. When he became enlightened, his body, his blood became milk. Of course, it's very poetic expression. Means the amount of love, he just became extraordinary love. Mahavira is the master, I can say, lived in ultimate insecurity, not bothered about future or security. I tell you, when you don't bother about your future or security, when that fear disappears from your inner space, even your sweat will not smell. That is a scale. There will be a beautiful Ananda Gandha around you. Smell of love. Smell of bliss. Which puts anybody who comes in your breathing space into that same state. It is not just only yogic quality. Even ordinarily, when you are in love, suddenly the concept of insecurity will disappear. the concept of money will disappear. You will start thinking from fulfillment center. Victoria, when I read your question, I am really afraid that you are not in love. So I wanted you to review the whole very relationship itself. Because any team strategy in the area of finance will be an arrangement of convenience. At least, see, if you are doing this after spending 50 years together, in the old age, when you are about to retire, you wanted to sit and discuss the team strategy about money, finance, I'll accept. But before even marrying, you are saying boyfriend, and before even marriage, you want to develop a team strategy in the area of finance. Victoria, better forget about this marriage. Better forget about this relationship. You are not in love. So wait, go on, continue your search. I bless you. You will fall in love really with himself, the same guy, or with somebody else. But I wanted to tell you one thing. You are not tasting love. You have not tasted love. When you taste love, first thing happens is you forget about money. You become fulfillment centered. The very insecurity about the future disappears. Even though the other person constantly shows the insecurity to you in front of your eyes, you fanatically does not think about insecurity. That is what exactly happens when I find a right disciple. This is the way I will constantly show insecurity to them. But the person fanatically, that's the right word, fanatically will not think about any insecurity. Go on feeling the tremendous security and fulfillment centered thinking. Then I'll say, come on, this person is a disciple. Somebody goes to a great incarnation, Ramanuja. Today Ramanuja had a darshan of Vishnu on Garuda. So that is also one more thing. Somebody goes to Ramanuja and says, I want to get enlightened. Please teach me the science. Ramanuja says, have you experienced love in your life? Even once? That guy says, no, I am a celibate. I never loved or allowed anybody to love me. Ramanuja looks at him and says, get lost, go. First learn ordinary human love and come back. I'll teach you higher love, divine love. When you can't even open your ordinary human love center, how are you going to be open to the higher divine love center? Today so many things have happened. Ramanuja had the darshan of Vishnu in Garuda. Mahavira incarnated on the planet Earth. And among the 3 recorded marriages of Shiva, 2 have happened on this day, today. Shiva had 3 marriages with Devi itself. One in the Sadi's body, Dakshayani's body. Another one, Himaputri, Parvati, Parvataraja's daughter, Parvati. Third, the Pandyaraja's daughter, Meenakshi. 3 marriages Shiva had, 2 with Sati and with Parvataputri, Parvati. Dakshaputri, Dakshayani, Parvataputri, Parvati. With both the bodies, Shiva married Devi on today. Falguna month, Uttarada, the Purnima. Usually it comes on the Uttara Nakshatra. The marriage with Meenakshi happened on Chaitra month Purnima, means the next month Purnima. We will be celebrating next month. We celebrate everything based on Meenakshi. So we'll celebrate next month. But in Arunachala temple, today they observe the marriage festival, the Shiva and Devi's marriage festival. Not only in Arunachala, all the Shiva temples, all over the world, other than Madurai, all Shiva temples, they celebrate the marriage festival today. We have been married only a short time, but I am already beginning to feel that I have made a mistake. As a matter of fact, I am afraid I ended up with the wrong person. What do I do now? Eric, first thing, changing the person is not going to work for you. If you ask the same question to me before the marriage, my answer would have been different. I would have said, all right, this is not the right person for you, escape. But now, as you already committed, I will recommend you trying to change you, because all your patterns, concepts, idea, that only makes the other person look wrong. Your fantasies only makes the other person look wrong. It is time you understand and alter your patterns. Look into the depths of your being and transform you. Eric, I feel the fear you are having now shows the love has come down, the love has reduced. Now it is time for you to work and develop the trust which is beyond love and transform you. Please understand, when you marry, first 1 year enjoy the romance. From the second year, use that whole thing for enlightenment. Once the honeymoon is over, now start the process of enlightenment, transforming yourself. When God understood, He cannot be continuously available to everybody in the form of Guru. He created the system for everybody to evolve, that is marriage. So Eric, I'll only recommend transformation from your side, then changing the person. I might have suggested the change if you have asked before the marriage, but marriage is such a sacred institution. When you commit, after that the only possibility should be your transformation. Other than that, all other doors should be closed. You should not even think of any other doors.
Yes. So a very straightforward and insightful segment where Swamiji reveals everything about marriage and and beautiful Swamiji explains how when we are in love, because we are centered in the mula, that no question of feeling about money, because money is really just about future security as well, and which is all from the Swadhisthana. So when a real love is there, all of these concerns are not there, and of course more. Somebody covers more aspects how the love which we may have learned in the Paramashivoham level 1, most of the love that we experience in the relationships, the human relationships, is horizontal love. It's not a divine love which is vertical. It is bound by time. So I'm sure all of us here can relate. We have been in love for a certain period. After that, at some point, when the love goes down, then something else opens, and then we start looking back with different eyes, and we start seeing the different patterns getting involved in the relationship as well. So there are really many different things that we need to look into from these revelations. And but now let's take a few minutes to look into other patterns that are involved in a relationship. So especially the participants who are married or in a relationship, you're going to look at all the situations where the patterns are expressing in the relationship. Like whenever you when you are in the ego, okay, with you manipulate, of the strategizing um, attitude with your spouse, or kind of a manipulative space, attitudes, and all of that, or exploitative. Okay, so try to look at this now and bend down. See, most of the time, I'm sure, like most of us, when it comes to relationships, have the tendency to put the blame on the other. And now it is time that we look into ourselves. You know how Swamiji was sharing for the last question in the video, advising the person to now uh, changing the person is not the solution. Love may have come down now. Use the whole thing for enlightenment. Use the whole relationship to understand yourself, bring transformation to yourself and enlightenment to your. So this is what we'll be doing now, and looking at all the patterns that we have that are expressing in the relationship. So you can start and bend down the whole thing. Be very straight. Completion always happen when forward with ourselves using the right describe what we are doing. So competition doesn't happen when we are cute and trying of going roundabout ways, beating around the bush. If you manipulate the other person, write it down as it is. Tell as it is, I am manipulating the other person. If you are cunning, use that word. Clearly tell it, I am cunningly manipulating the other person. That is the way competition happens when you are straightforward. So take a few minutes now, pen down all the patterns that are expressing in the relationship, and let's bring the completion